Welcome back everyone, Crypto Shoney here, coming back with a brand new cryptocurrency video for you. Today I'm going to be doing an in-depth review of a new or newer cloud mining service named HashZone.io. So very similar to HashFlare. And I just wanted to kind of show who they say they are, look at their pricing, as well as how do they compare with some of the other kind of well-established cloud mining services. I have gotten a few requests in the comments to do a review of this company. Some people have said they've had great success, although they haven't been around for very long. So let's go ahead and hop in. The screen here, it's a very nice user interface here. They have their menu bar at the top, a nice little scrolling clouds here, and they just say Bitcoin cloud mining. Start mining today with instant miner setup, low prices, and low maintenance fees. And for a limited time, new users will receive free 20 gigahash towards their SHA-256 mining, so Bitcoin mining. If we scroll down here, they do have some stats here. I'm not really sure how much I really believe these stats. 56,000 plus happy customers. As we'll see here in a little bit when we look into their domain, they've only been around for less than a month. I highly doubt they've had 56,000 people sign up in that time. They do say they have 15 petahash of mining power. I'm not sure if they are just talking about Bitcoin or if they are combining all of their power pool into this one stat here. But just for reference, this would be like over 1,100 Antminers if it was just Bitcoin, and that's averaging about 13.5 terahash per Antminer is kind of the most common flavor that the Bitmain has offered. And then they say 13,750 plus total contracts. Again, that's a high volume of contracts. Is it possible? Yes. Do I think it's legitimate? Probably not. If we scroll down here, they do talk about kind of their features. So they do more than just Bitcoin. They do altcoins in the Litecoin, Ethereum, and Zcash. So again, these are kind of the other three that most mining companies do have. I guess they chose not to offer Monero at this time. Instant setup. Again, this is pretty common with any cloud mining service to have. It's just waiting for you to sign up, and then you start getting mining power. Yeah, everyone knows what cloud mining means, so I'm not going to read that. They do offer or say they have a 99.9% uptime, so they must have some redundant data centers or some sort of UPS power supplies to keep that uptime. They do have 24/7 support, which quite frankly I've had really good luck with. I've sent them a few messages asking questions, and they've responded within about 30 minutes, even on a Saturday. Like I sent it last night at about 8 o'clock p.m. Central, which, if they really say where they are geographically, this would have been in the middle of the night, and I still got a response. And then they do daily profit payouts, so very similar to HashFlare. It comes in once per day versus some other ones like Cryptera where it kind of comes in real time. These come in once per day. And this is where it gets a little tricky here. So they say they partnered with Bitmain, which partnership is a very odd phrase here. On the surface, it would appear like they've got a partnership with Bitmain to get their all their hash power through them and some sort of agreement they've come up with. I think this just means they've bought Antminers to do their mining. I don't think they have a real partnership with Bitmain. And then down here in the bottom, it's kind of hard to see. I'll zoom in. It does say this is the HashZone Amsterdam facility. And we'll just do a little research into this. If we open this up and get the actual URL of this picture on their website, and we hop over here to Google image search, we'll put in the URL here. What we find is this isn't their facility. This is a stock photo that they actually use from a company called Blocktree that actually makes these cases. Now, could HashZone have taken this picture and given it to Blocktree to use as an advertisement? Potentially. I highly doubt it. We'll see over here. Here it is right here on their website. It's actually the full picture, not chopped off. As you see here, they chop it off about halfway. The full one goes all the way to the end here. So, this isn't a total red flag. A lot of companies use stock photos, but kind of silly why they would put this, this text down here when it's on, many other sites. It's not just this one. There's a bunch of them that kind of show that picture. Here's another one on a Bitcoin farming site. So this is a stock photo that they took from somewhere. So just keep that in mind. This isn't a real picture, and I have actually requested from their support team to get a real picture of their mining facility, or better yet, a video, and they are trying to get that for me. There's no ETA, so that could mean just you're trying to blow smoke. I'm not really sure, but I will keep asking them. And they say, well, why choose us? And there's nothing really special here. This is something you'll get with any mining company, really. No hardware, low prices, cutting edge security, instant activation, 99.9% uptime, automatic optimization, which I hope what they mean here is they are mining from the mining pools that are most profitable. That could be ant pool or slush pool. HashFlare, they actually let you choose where you're, at least in the UI, it makes you think you're choosing. I'm not sure it really makes much of a difference, but I hope that's what they mean by that. And then fully transparent with customers. That's not really a true statement, and we'll find out why. So here's the different coins that they do have contracts for and the prices for them. So we'll focus in on Bitcoin. That seems to be the most popular. So it's $1.30 per 10 gigahash, or basically $130 per terahash. And so this is pretty competitive to what HashFlare used to be. A couple months ago they were at $120 per terahash. Then they increased to $150. And then after the big run, the bullish run for Bitcoin prices, they've since gone up to $220 per terahash. And personally, I don't think that's because the hardware cost has increased. They're just taking advantage of supply and demand. So there's a huge demand for Bitcoin mining right now, or at least there was, when the price was really going up, and they were trying to take advantage of that. So they do have a maintenance fee. It's 0.0029 USD per 10 gigahash every 24 hours. So this is similar to HashFlare. HashFlare's is 0.0035. So basically, this is a static maintenance fee, but each day it will vary on how much that costs, dependent on what you're mining per day. So if the price of Bitcoin goes up, your fee will seem like it's less. If the price is down, the percentage of the fee will be higher. So just keep that in mind. If you do script mining, they also have a maintenance fee. Ethereum and Zcash do not have maintenance fees at this time. And as you can see, these are the Bitcoin and the script, most likely Litecoin, are open-ended contracts. So what do they mean by that? Well, initially you think that's forever. So you pay a fee and this never goes away. But as we've seen with companies like HashFlare, they have the right to change that at any point in time. So tomorrow they could say, nope, now it's just a one-year contract. When that's up, you have to renew it or your power disappears from your account. So just keep in mind that open-end is open-end for right now, not necessarily tomorrow. And then for Ethereum and Zcash, it's a one-year contract. Again, they talk about you can get a free 20 gigahash, which this isn't terrible. I mean, if you were to just create an account and get this, it's like $10 you would get in a year. So just for doing nothing, assuming the price is stays around where it's at now. They do have an affiliate program. It's similar to Genesis and HashFlare. I have never really seen a registration reward. So for each person that basically just creates an account, they give you 10 cents towards your selected hash power. And then for each purchase of a person you refer, you get 5% of their purchased hash rate. They do have some articles on news here, nothing really special. And then they talk about their partners again. I found this a bit funny because they have Bitmain, and Antminer. Well, Antminer is not a company; that's a product made by Bitmain. So those aren't two different things. They use CoinGate to actually process their payments. So when you sign up for an account and get a contract with them, it's processed through them, which I do like. It's, other websites use their own, and it's a bit clunky. And then they have the blockchain and hit BTC as the exchange here. So again, I think this is pretty useless. And they do have a office address down here, which we'll take a look into right now. So if we take this address, they say they're in Amsterdam, Netherlands. It comes up to this building right here. So, it's just a normal looking shed. If we assume that it's about as deep as this, or maybe even deeper, you can see this one goes back pretty far. This could be a legitimate mining shed here. I did reach out to support, like I said before, and ask them, do you have any pictures, and why is this just some generic building with no branding or anything on it? And they said this is an outdated Google Maps view. It does say here Street View as of June 2017. So yeah, it could be slightly outdated. I doubt it. If we go over here just a little bit. Oh, hey, excuse me. Do you guys happen to know where HashZone is? Is it inside this building? I'm just kidding. So if we just scroll down just a little bit here, again, you can see, it looks like an old storage building, or could still be one. But it could be legitimate mining facility. It goes back pretty far. They're a newer company. They could fit a lot of power in here. The ventilation doesn't really look that great. But again, I figured I would show it. I'm not sure it's overly helpful to determine if this company is legit or not, but it was something interesting to look into. If we look at their who is, so this just basically gives you a breakdown of the information that's available on their domain name, so hashzone.io. Unfortunately, they do pay for the basically protected address, so you can't tell who registered it or any of that stuff. It's just, Panama City, Panama. It's protected here. The only thing that's really useful is to know when they actually created this domain. So they started it, like I said, less than a month ago. So December 26th of 2017, and they did it for 1 year, which isn't always a red flag. People always say, oh, they only did it for 1 year. Well, I run tons of websites, and I know this, a lot of people that do, and mostly people do it annually. They don't want to commit themselves to one domain provider for more than a year. I get it. It's not a red flag to me. And to be honest, even Genesis, Hashflare, those companies that are kind of reliable do the same thing. So unfortunately, nothing really useful on this page in terms of who these people are. And on their website, they don't really have an About Us. All these tabs are basically built into this website. So you just click on affiliate, and it just scrolls down. So this is their website before you sign up. They do have a terms and conditions page. Unfortunately, there's nothing horribly useful in here to determine who they are. They do say here modifications to the service and prices. Prices for our products are subject to change without notice. We reserve the right at any time to modify or discontinue the service. So basically what they're saying here is that open-ended contract, like I said, tomorrow it could be a 1 year contract. So the prices are competitive, at $128 or $130, whatever it was, per terahash for Bitcoin is very reasonable right now. Really, the only company out there that's not a total scam, at least not that we found out yet, is Cryptera, is about that price as well, but they have a coupon where you're getting it for cheaper. Companies like Space Mining, where it's $10 a terahash, that's a clear scam. People are just trying to make profits now. Get early on the Ponzi scheme, try to make your profits, and then get out. So that's not, I don't believe that's what this site is or what they're after, but just saying that in general. everything else here is pretty boilerplate. I mean, there's nothing here that really helps determine who these people are and if they're trustworthy. I wish they had an About Us page with real pictures of, the CEO and the employees similar to CCG Mining, but unfortunately they don't. So that's about it for their website. I went ahead and created an account, so I'll log in. And takes us to our dashboard here. And again, this is kind of a what I'll call a slimmed down version of HashFlare. They set up the website a bit differently, but they do have a revenue forecast just like HashFlare. They have different tabs for each type of mining that you're doing here at the top. And as you can see, they have your Bitcoin balance here. One of the key questions people always ask is, what's the minimum withdrawal? It's basically nothing. So to do a withdrawal, you only need 0.0001 Bitcoin, which this is it's a pro and a con. It's a pro in the sense of if they were a scam, they'd want to hold on to your money as long as possible and put this at like 0.05 Bitcoin or something to where if you had a small amount of hash power, it would take you a long time to get your money out. So that's why it's a pro. It's also a con because sometimes when you have these low withdrawals, people take out, a withdrawal every 10 minutes or every hour, and just because they're so worried about losing their money, and it clutters up the blockchain, and then your mempool gets way too high. So, this could be a good or a bad thing. I think it's more so good because they're letting you get your money faster. They do have this reinvest balance, but when you click here, it says coming soon, reinvest your balance into hash power. Again, companies that don't set up their websites initially with reinvest show me that they aren't trying to get money quick. Because if I would have reinvest every single time, they're basically keeping the money in-house. They're not allowed, if I just sign up for this, I would never take a withdrawal. So, but it is nice to have this option to just use your balance to buy more hash power. So, if you look at their buy hash power page here, it's pretty slick. It's got the same tab function here. It's got a nice slider where you can slide over and say, I think I initially purchased 2.5 terahash to get my feet wet. So the price of that was $325. They show you the breakdown here. It's open-ended, setup time's instant, maintenance fee is listed here. So, the website for buying hash power is very slick, and it works very well. And I'll show you how I paid. So, if I go over to my account records, this will kind of show you your current active contracts. So this was the free 20 gigahash that they gave me right when I signed up. And then this morning I signed up for the 2.5 terahash. And actually, that's pretty funny. They said 2,500 terahash. They meant gigahash right here. If I had 2,500 terahash, I'd be living large right now. But so, if I actually did a test order here just to see what it was like, and I ended up canceling it. If we look at the one I actually went through with, here's my invoice. Invoice number 12,571. Again, that number doesn't even jive with the one on their website initially that said, 15,000 plus contracts. Well, why is your invoice number less than that? And here's, I paid it already, but I'll kind of show you what I did. I paid with Ethereum. So since they use that payment processor, they had a ton of altcoins that you could pay with. And I paid with Ethereum, and it went through very fast. They gave me, I think, a 10-minute window to send it in. Actually, let's just hop over there as if we're going to buy a new package here, and I'll show you there's a couple things that they actually do to help you out. So let's just say I wanted to buy another, 2 terahash here. And it brings you to this payment gateway screen where you can choose how you want to pay. So you see it's unpaid, I say pay now. It brings you to CoinGate, their trusted partner, and you can either pay Bitcoin and they actually give you 6 hours knowing that that blockchain is so absolutely jammed, or you can do this pay with altcoins, and you see they have a ton of options here. Even Gnosis, which is very not really well known. They have some bigger ones like Salt, Vertcoin. So they do have some decent options here, but basically you click on one of these, like I chose to pay with Ethereum, and they give you a refund address. And you basically, if there's a problem, they know where to send your coin back to, and then you put in your email. I'll just stick with Bitcoin. But here's where it's kind of nice what they tell you. They say do not send transactions directly from an exchange. And that's because they know that these exchanges sometimes take long to bundle these up and put them over and send them, which could be outside of this time frame. If you click on this question mark, they go into further explanation, basically saying, we don't recommend you do that. Do it from your wallet, like a hardware wallet, just to avoid these delays at the exchanges. And sometimes the exchanges fees change to where now your amount isn't exactly what it should have been. So they are trying to help out here. It's actually CoinGate helping out, but I digress there. So again, I like the fact they're using an external party to process their payments. I'll go ahead and hit cancel here. It brings me back here. And what happens is after they receive my Ethereum, they said, we've got it. And then on this screen here, it said confirmation or confirming. And what it was doing is it was converting this Ethereum over to Bitcoin. And after this had one confirmation, if I refresh this, it'll probably have all 6 now. Yeah. So once it had one confirmation, my hash power was immediately credited to my account, and it showed up on my dashboard right here. So it worked very well, very slick. So again, I sent it from my Exodus wallet. Exodus wallet, basically you type in what you want to send, and they will put the fee on top of that, so it's not confusing on, do I have to manually add a fee? It puts it on top automatically for you. So that's hash power. Like I said, I bought the 2.5 terahash, and they gave me the 200 gigahash for free. So my revenue forecast right now is showing that I'll make about just over $3 a day, about $22 a week, and $94 about a month. So these are very profitable contracts. The return on investment is about 100 days, at least for Bitcoin it was. Unfortunately, there's no coupon code or anything like that I can provide at this time, but I've requested support. Do you guys have any coupon codes? So I'll keep you guys updated on that. But like I do, I'm always trying to diversify my risk by using different platforms, mining as well as lending platforms. So this is one more I was going to give a try. I got my feet wet with, only $325, so I kept it on the low end of it. But like I said before, they do have an affiliate program. I'll go ahead and throw my link in the comments and the description below. I've actually got one referrer. I'm not really sure how I already got one, but I appreciate whoever signed up there. But yeah, if you guys want to give it a try, feel free. If you want to wait and see how it is for me, make sure it's legit. I'll be doing my first payout or my first withdrawal, if you will, tonight. I've gotten some colleagues of mine that use this already, and basically they have had zero issues taking withdrawals. They say it's very fast. You have it within 30 minutes or so, and since the limit is so small, you really could take daily payouts like we used to be able to over on HashFlare, and now it's 0.05, which for me that's going to take over 30 days, over a month to really accrue that much to take a withdrawal. So I think right now this is a good company. They are brand new, like we said. Right here, 1226. They are brand new, so there's a lot to be determined here. Unfortunately, they don't have two-factor authentication, which I always want for that security. I did reach out to support, though, and they said that they are trying to implement that very soon. And they did tell me that the reinvest balance will be implemented this week. So I would presume that's going to come here pretty quick. So I think that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions about this company, feel free to drop a line below. I will continue to update my progress here, and if they start to look really good, I'll dump in some more money here, and then wait till I get my return on investment, like I always do. Take money you're willing to lose. I'm okay losing that $325 tomorrow. That's okay with me, but I will wait until I get my return on investment before I start doing any reinvestment. That way, I'm only risking money that I've earned at that point. So I think this company is promising. I hope they keep us updated. The only thing I didn't cover, if I log out here just really quick, they do have a Twitter page where they actually keep up with it. We scroll all the way down here. They do have our Twitter page. We've been hard at work on new features being added very soon. There's some comments in here, and they actually reply like, what kind of features? Well, that same D, we can't say much, but we're adding balance reinvesting to bypass transaction fees. So they are, pretty vocal. It looks like they try to be transparent here. Their first post was just January 13th, just again showing how new they are. But I'm always willing to try new companies that seem legitimate and try to get them a good base of customers to start out with. So I think that's pretty much it, guys. I'll go ahead and wrap it up. Again, if you want to give them a try, feel free to use my link below. If not, that's cool too. But I will continue to do updates on them, and I hope they continue to be transparent and do a great job. So that's it for me, guys, today. Hope you guys all have a good one. Take care.